Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another hour of Game Changers with me, Lisa Faulkner. I'm your host. It's that wonderful time of year again when we bring you the best of Game Changers from the year. We're starting off with Rahn Anthoni. His mission is for special needs, the silent community who cannot speak for themselves. He is on a fight. He is on a plight to bring awareness to the tragedy and trauma that special needs face in their schools, in their family, in their relationships, that they can't speak for themselves, and it sometimes ends in tragedy. Tragedy that he experienced himself in the loss of two special needs children that he had who are no longer with him. Rahn Anthoni is a game changer in every sense of the word. You're going to love his vocals. He sings his hurts through. He's got wonderful songs he's going to share with us in this hour and just tell us what he's doing for this precious, precious silent community. Enjoy the hour, enjoy the show, and we'll be right back with you next week with another Best of Game Changers. I love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio. Lisa is a writer, producer, and innovative communicator with more than 20 years of experience. Join us as we connect you with inspiring experts and entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Your comments and questions are welcome during the broadcast. Call us live on the air at 404-355-8699. That's 404-355-8699. Now, here's Lisa Faulkner.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us for another hour of Game Changers with me, Lisa Faulkner. I'm your host. You know, I love it when you join us. I love it when you tune in. I couldn't do it without you. We've got a great hour on tap. I promise you. I'm just going to get started here with a little housekeeping and a little talking, but my very special guest has already joined us, so I'm not going to delay too long from getting him on the mic, so because that's what makes this show go around. Great game changers like the one I have in the studio with me today. But thank you all so much for supporting the show and calling in and just letting me know how much you appreciate the show. Do you know all the great ways that you can connect with and listen to Game Changers? Well, right now live, I hope you're listening on Love 860 AM. And then you can always listen or always catch up on your favorite shows by going to iTunes and look up the podcast there. You can find Game Changers. If you just look for Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner on iTunes, you will find us there. Guys, I'm trying to go Facebook Live while we're having the show today, too. So it's my first time going live, but I'm kind of hooked on live, so I figure I should be live as well. But anyway, it is not going to distract me from sharing all of this good stuff and this great guest with you. I can promise you that. So you listen live, and then you can get online and listen and watch. We're online right now. You can see me and my guests here in the studio. If you want to log on to love860.com and just check us out online, love860.com. Did I say that? Love860.com. Hey, guys, and you can also get us on all of the radio apps, iHeart, TuneIn, and iRadio Now. So you know what? There's never a reason to miss a show. Well, guys, you know how the great ways you can connect with me? You can follow me on Facebook at Lisa M. Faulkner, on LinkedIn, Lisa Faulkner, Twitter at PenStarLisa, Instagram and Pinterest, PenStarLisa there as well. I will check your comments and I will connect with you. Game Changers, we are live, and so are you when you call 404-355-8699. or you can call us long distance at 866-923-2860. Never have to pay a dime to connect to your game changers right here with me on Love 860 WAEC. Guys, what is going on in your corner of the world? Let me just talk about the corner of the world that we live in right here for a couple of minutes. We had our inauguration. We have our new president now. That's got to be trending in everyone's life, whether you are a supporter or a non-supporter. I mean, it's a pretty big move. We're in for a new administration, a new 4 years. We don't know what it holds. We don't know what that means, but it's certainly going to affect all of us, I am sure. So I hope that you are watching all of that unfold. I watched some of the inauguration, and it was very interesting. So the Obamas were very gracious in receiving the new administration. So I'm here on live, and I'm just going to turn on live so you can join me there as well on Facebook if you'd like. But I really thought that the inauguration was pretty cool, the way that it all came together. Now, beyond that, so we're going to stay plugged in, right? We're going to stay plugged in to everything that the new administration is doing, and we're going to be involved, and we're not going to gripe and make fuss about things. We're going to get involved and make a difference where we can make a difference. And as far as making a difference goes, you know, there are marches going on today, women's marches in Washington, I believe they began, but they say that there are more people at the marches. There are more people at the marches than there were at the inauguration. So that speaks volumes. I would love to get some feedback on what people think about marches. You know, I've always been just kind of interested in that, in the way that we have the marches, we go to the marches, and we're all up in arms about whatever the cause is, whatever the deal is. And then what happens after the marches? Are the marches really effective? I would love to hear from you all on that, if you think marches are effective. See, when you get on live, then you can see yourself, and then you've got all this, you can see yourself, and then you want to start fixing on yourself. But anyway, it's no time for me to fix on myself. I'm having a show, right? I'm so excited. Hey, Felicia Mack. Felicia Mack has joined us. We're live here at Game Changers with me, Lisa Faulkner. So anyway, I would like to talk about that a little bit, because the numbers, they come out, the mass numbers, and I'm all for the solidarity and the support and everything. But what happens after the marches? You know, that's the big question. So anyway, I don't know. But there are more people at the women's marches than there were at the inauguration. I think that speaks volumes. I don't know what volumes, but that says something, right? Well, guys, I am going to go ahead and tell you about our first guest so that I can get him on, and maybe he'll get you a lot more interested than I was able to with my little plug about the inauguration and the marches. My first guest, or my guest of the hour, he turns out to be, he is an urban dance music and Christian artist. He crafts hot hip hop with a rhythm and blues flow, with its deep roots and gospel flavors. Well, you know what? Those words really read very easily in my head, and when I wasn't saying them aloud, I'm sorry, I just kind of jumbled that sentence there. But his history with inspirational music has helped him develop a positive relationship with God and the world of song. Despite heartbreaking circumstances around the death of his special needs son, Aaron Hatcher, this gentleman in our studio has been able to turn tragedy into triumph, delivering a message of hope and love to the masses. And without any further information right now, I just want to say, welcome to Game Changers, Rahn Anthoni.
Glad to be here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
You know what? I've got to get you on live. Now tell me about that interesting name that you have, Rahn Anthony. That's RAHNANTHONI. Tell me about that. That's interesting.
Well, it's actually my name. It's Ronald Anthony Hatcher, and the N makes it Ron.
I see. Well, that's kind of interesting the way you did that.
Yes.
I want both of us to be on live. I should have got that set up before we got started, huh? Well, guys, you can tell it's my first time on live. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm kind of like going between Ron and myself. Anyway. So, sir, you have a new music single out. Is it just a single?
Yes, I have a single.
Okay, the entire CD or a single?
It's an EP. It has 3 songs that I have out now.
Oh, well, you know what? I listened to them. Your representative sent them, and I listened to them, and I think that they are very nice. We're going to get the engineer to play I'll Trust You. I think it's the one that's being heavily promoted, right? We're going to get him to play it. Well, tell me a little bit about your background because it's flavored. I mean, this is not your first rodeo. No. You have your roots in gospel music, and you have been with some of the gospel greats like Dottie Peoples. Yes. So tell us a little bit about your gospel background.
Well, I grew up in Jupiter, Florida, country. And so I've been, and I always wanted to sing. And so my family come from a gospel family group, the Family Voices. Mm-hmm. And only thing I did was, I don't know if you could remember how some people would just shake the shakers. That's all I would do.
No, really? That was with the family? You just shook the shaker.
That's all I did. And so I would be listening to them, and I was like, well, I can do this. And so I just started singing, and then I moved to Atlanta, and that's when I met Dottie Peoples, and I started singing back up for her.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was great. I mean, it was, I've been through a lot of different things with her, like different travel here, travel there. And it was a blessing, and she supported me through a lot, even with my first son that passed away. And
your first son?
Yes.
Am I understanding you to say you've had more than one child to pass away?
Yes.
Wow, Ron.
Yes.
So let's just talk about that a little bit because, that's a part of who you are now. That's a part of the things that you do to stop it from hopefully happening to other people as well. I know that one of your children or one of your sons was a special needs son or a special needs child, I should say, and he was allegedly killed at the hands of his teacher. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is it allegedly, or do we know this to actually be the case?
Well, because I'm in litigation, it's allegedly for me.
Wow.
And, and we have, information, and we have all the recordings and stuff. But because we're in the litigation, I always have to say it's alleged. Because, but what happened with that, my son was special needs. He couldn't walk or talk. And he was abused that we didn't know about it in 2006. And it was covered up real good, and it was in Fulton County School District. And then he was abused in 2010. That's when I found out.
What in the world?
And so,
what are we talking about here, Ron? Are we talking about regular public schools?
Yes.
Or are we but these particular teachers are supposedly trained in this area, right?
Yes.
Because this is what concerns me, because it's almost as if some people go into these different areas of teaching where people are vulnerable and cannot defend or speak for themselves or help themselves. It's almost as if there's a group of people out there who do this on purpose for the reason of abusing these people.
Yes.
And they do it with elderly, and you see it with children, people who cannot defend themselves. What did they learn, that this was not this teacher's first offense? Did this teacher seem to have a history of it, or?
Well, now that it was 2 teachers. The first teacher, it was covered up. Now, the first teacher, she abused my son, threw him out of the wheelchair.
Oh, my gosh.
and with the other kids, she threw them up against the wall.
Oh, my gosh.
Passed gas in their face.
Stop it.
I'm serious. She tortured them. And I didn't know about this, but then when I learned it when the second abuse, that was in 2010. And when that happened, that's when she took this one teacher, she took a back brace, ripped it, and forced it, because my son was growing to the right. Because when you have cerebral palsy, you grow to the right. They try to protect themselves so they can breathe. So she forced him to look at her.
Wow.
And when she did that, she put a belt around his neck.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, she put a belt around his neck, and eventually it led to his death.
In that hour, at that time, or later?
It was through, I would say, about within a month's time.
Oh, my gosh.
But she had been doing it a while.
She did this on a regular basis.
But we didn't know about it until one day one of the nurses called and said, "You need to come up here." So I went and I saw it myself.
Oh,
and
my
I took
goodness.
the picture, and that's when everything started.
Oh, my goodness.
And
so she believed that she was chastising him in a way to make him look at her?
Well, what
was her reasoning?
From what I looked at all the reports, her reasoning was because, well, from what they said, that she said that his mom should teach him how to hold his head right.
Oh, my goodness. So she was ignorant about his illness or his challenge or his special needs.
Right. And being that she was a teacher, she wasn't, he had a nurse. So the nurse was supposed to handle all of that.
Wow.
And just recently, about 2 weeks ago, I fought and fought and fought all these years. They didn't listen to me. They kept her in the school system, and she did it again about two weeks ago when I was in the news again about it. And that's an investigation going on now.
She did it to another special
needs child.
And so your child eventually died,
yes.
Ron. How did he die? Home with you or at school? Or?
Well, he was at home, and because of the damage that happened to his airwaves, it's suffocation or something like that. He couldn't breathe, gosh. He died at home.
Oh, wow. That just takes the life out of me the breath out of me right now, just the thought of that.
Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you. Now, and you said you lost another child as well.
Well, prior to that, I learned, but that was covered up too. But it was so far that we couldn't bring it up because he was actually in classrooms too.
He was a special needs child as well? No.
Serious, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And he passed away. But see, during that time, we didn't know anything. So we just took it like a regular, And I didn't find out until after that he was involved in something as well.
You just thought the first child died because he had special needs and his life was challenged anyway.
Right.
So it was probably natural that he had a premature death.
Right.
Oh, my. How old were your children?
Elijah, when he passed away, was 4. Aaron was 8. He had just turned 18.
Oh, my.
But we had some great things to come out of it, even though all of the challenges I got with Representative Stovall and Lala Dunson. And now we have the Landon Dunson Act because we joined together and made it so that cameras are in the classroom for Georgia.
Oh, excellent.
Special needs kids, yes.
Oh, yay. Yeah. Now, that's what I call changing the game.
Yes.
In a positive way. Such tragedy, and yet you turn that to help other people. Very good, very good. Oh, God bless you for what you have endured. So did your new song or any of this come out of your tragedy?
Yes. Well, I couldn't. Well, Fred Jerkins wrote the song because I just couldn't go, because that's from inside.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, let me let you write it. So I wrote everything down for him in an email about my life, the good, bad, the ugly. I had a heart attack, had open heart surgery after I found out all of that.
Wow.
And he wrote the song for me. And he wrote it as I'm telling a story about a man, but the man is me I'm talking about. It's kind of like if I say I, then I couldn't even finish the song.
Oh, my gosh.
because there's so much hurt, and pain. And
I can only imagine. God bless you. We're going to get ready to take a break, and let's hear this song. I've heard it, and I want the listening audience to hear it as well. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to try to get my Facebook life together, and then we're going to come back. We're going to hear a song, and then we'll take our regular break. Please, Greg. Oh, my.
I'll trust you. There was a story about a man who lost his child. He cherished that young one to the day he took his last breath. He was so special, you see he had to fight all his days and nights. But Daddy loved him anyway. I love him. His disease was only a phase, but something was bigger than the tears he cried. And only a father could hear the words that were unspoken. Fast forward. Even though he's in a better place, the thought still makes him cry all day. That's when he looks up in the sky and says, oh God, I still trust you. This may be the hardest thing for me to do, but I will. I still trust you. I know it's only a test, but I want you to know I'll trust you. I'll trust you. He thought it was all over. He thought the pain would come no more. Just when he thought that it was time to move on, the stress kept piling on and on. What can you do when your heart won't let you live? So I said, doctor, can you fix me? This is taking a toll. I'm in need of your experience to make me whole again, to put me back together. And while you're working on me, I will put my trust in the only one that knows what's better for me. And I'll start by saying, Lord, I still trust you. This may be the hardest thing for me to do, but I will. I still trust you. I know it's only a test, but I want you to know I'll trust you. Just like Job, he came out on top of the world. God gave him to everything he ever lost. That was his reward for his faithfulness. God is not a man that he will lie. Look at how far you've come. Miracles have begun. Just like raising in the sun. Everything you've lost is finally here. And all that it took was your trust in him. And you don't have to wait for the bad. Just say it right now, Lord, I still trust you. This may be the hardest thing for me to do, but I will. I still trust you. I know it's only a test, but I want you to know that I still trust you. This may be the hardest thing for me to do, but I will. I still trust you. I know it's only a test, but I want you to know I'll trust you.
Daughter of Destiny is what God calls the dynamic woman of God, Dr. D. Greathouse.
Let me tell you something. My life is anything but normal. When the Father and the Son are at the helm of it, and my best friend, the Holy Spirit, is guiding me every step of the way.
Dr. Greathouse's uncommon journey of life has led her to succeed, survive, and accept God's fresh breath of life into her destiny and the lives of everyone she touches through the prophetic gospel and teachings of D. Greathouse Ministries International.
When Jesus came to me in a vision and we were on the mountaintop, he said something to me that has resounded in my spirit for years. And he simply said this: I have blessed you so that you can bless many.
Dr. Greathouse will empower you to walk in the purpose God has for you. Now is your time to experience God's miracles taught in Dr. Greathouse's personalized Gold Faith Package. You'll receive Dr. Greathouse's inspiring CD message, Faith, the Antidote.
I want to talk to you for a moment about the supernatural faith, which is a gift of God.
Learn how the gift of faith given to Dr. Greathouse gave her a personal testimony and an amazing healing from illness. Your healing will begin too as you read line by line of how she was able to forgive and minister after an unimaginable tragedy. She shares it all in her pages of her highly acclaimed book, What About Me? And from Dr. Greathouse's private vault, you'll also receive 1 gram of fine gold to remind you, as God reminded Haggai, silver and gold are his, and with it, he grants the great gift of peace. Get the entire Gold Faith Package today for your faith gift of $149.99 or for a gift of $14.99. Receive either the What About Me book or the CD message, Faith, the Antidote. Call 855-334-7316 or log on to dgreathouseministries.com for the Gold Faith Package today. That's 855-334-7316 or log on to dgreathouseministries.com today.
Do you need someone with solid, expert communications experience to write your copy or your next press release? Then you need PenStar Communications. Let PenStar communicate your greatest potential with clear copy written for your business and marketing needs. Whether it's your next event or next campaign, PenStar Communications can write that for you. Visit penstar.org or call 404-828-0287 today. Well, we are back, guys, and I am here with Rahn Anthoni. I love your name, and I love that song. Oh, my gosh. That was so nice. I love your voice. Such an easy, smooth melody. And you said what stations? They're playing it on country as well?
Yes, I just found out that it's being played on a country station.
I can believe that. It had kind of like it was kind of middle of the road.
Right,
yeah,
right.
It felt good. Well, I'm just proud of you for making it through all of that and making a difference for other people.
Thank you.
You know, that's what I really call game changers. Those people that have changed the game for themselves, not only themselves, but other people too. I think that's wonderful that you all got the cameras put in the classrooms of special needs children. If you're just tuning in, we're talking with Rahn Anthoni. He is a gospel artist. He is a father. He's a husband. He has lost 2 children. Both of them were special needs children, but one of them, for sure, we know it was from the hands, or allegedly from the hands, of his teacher. And Ron shared that experience with us, which is really it's really heartbreaking to hear about it. But, you know, he has triumphed. He's changed the game for himself and others by now making certain that there are cameras in the special needs classrooms. Is that here in Georgia, all across Georgia, or Atlanta? Tell us where that is.
Actually, it's all across Georgia. And you know, I've never thought that I would be working with Lala Dunson or Representative Stovall, me working with the House. Wow. I never thought that. So And it's all over Georgia, and we're in the process now of getting the policies. But I would like to say for the parents, any parent, to please contact the schools to support, because we have to have the parents support to contact their schools where their kids are going to have the cameras actually turned on.
Oh, wow.
Right.
It all leads back to the parent support.
Yes.
Everything. If you had not gone to the school when you got the call, you wouldn't have known how your
Right.
child was being treated.
Right.
You know, everything we depend on the parent support, because after all, they're your children. They're our children. Nobody's going to make a difference if we don't make a difference to
Right.
begin. So congratulations to you on that. Now tell us about your radio show. You have a radio show as well, don't you?
Yes.
Who do you talk to? What is it about?
Okay, I have a show called Special Needs Rock. And what we do, we promote the Special Needs award show that we have every year now. Right. And I bring a lot of people on, like doctors and politicians and a lot of the people that I have to say that wouldn't help me, I promote them so that I can get close to them so that they can help me.
That's good.
And it's been working.
That's a good strategy. Special Needs Rocks. Where can the people listen to your show?
It's on WMQGradio.com. And it's actually, I own the station, and we have so many different personalities now that come on. And the main thing, we talk about everything, but we always promote special needs. So anything that's going on, like the good that's going on, the abilities of the special needs, we'll promote it. And you know, through all of this, I started the Aaron Hatcher They Can't Talk But We Can. It's a foundation, and what we're doing with the organization is the Special Needs Rock Awards. I'm going to set up a march. Just imagine a march with all the special needs, wheelchairs and all, saying, help us.
Wow.
They can't talk, but we can.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there you go with the march. You know, I was talking about that when the hour first began.
Yes.
And the women's march is happening now.
Right.
So tell us why marches are significant. Why is that important to stage a march, if you will?
Well, I would say for me, the marches are important. It's important, but you have to march your way into the Capitol building and bring all those people with you and just go in there, because standing outside and yelling and screaming, that's okay. But in this march that I'm going to work on, I want all the people to go in the Capitol with me as we talk to the people that can change things, because standing outside is not going to do me anything.
That's what I think. We see a lot of marches, a lot of people standing outside,
Right.
but what happens after the march? And
Right.
are you really making a difference? And you have to do what Rahn Anthoni is telling you to do. You have to follow it up with some significant action. And I love that you're taking the people right inside of
Into the
Capitol.
building.
Oh, my gosh.
And just imagine if you have all those people in the building.
Yes.
You have to answer,
Yes. Yes.
because there's no business going on, because
Well, that's what makes the difference. The people
Right.
voices, the
Yes.
people. Yes. Any way that we can make our voices count, our votes count, our thoughts count, our words count. They have to be heard by the people who can really change things.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you have this award ceremony for special needs children. And who is Aaron Hatcher? Was that one of your...
yes, that's my son that passed away. Yes, and everything is in honor of Aaron Hatcher. And this is my 3rd year, and I've been doing it myself because, you know, as far as money, but now I would like for people to help and donate so that we can, you know, go further now because my little money just, but I want it to go further.
Yes,
So-
but you wanted to give to that effort.
yes.
I'm sure you had. That was such a cathartic and resourceful and positive way for you to get back up after all that happened to
Yes.
you. Tell the listening audience how they can connect with you, how they can support you on any level, where they can find out more about your music, more about your special needs efforts, whatever it is. Tell them how to connect with you.
My name is Rahn Anthony. It's RAHNANTHONI. And you can go to Facebook. It's under Rahn Anthony. Special Needs Rock Awards.org. They Can't Talk, But We Can, Inc.org. And I would like to, actually, Our Children's Story, that's Libra Hicks, she helps me out a lot with the award show. And, if on the song, you can get the song on Amazon.com or iTunes. And if you need me in Atlanta to come and sing, I'm willing to do it. And it's not even about money with me, because I need to get this word out I need to bring awareness. So I'm available.
That's excellent. And he has a beautiful voice. If you didn't hear his song on our last break, we'll play it again, or we'll play one that you would like for us to play. But tell us a little bit about a little bit more about your background with music. Now, I see here in your bio that one of your songs was written by Stevie B, or produced by Stevie B. Tell us about your association with Stevie B, or just anyone else who you think it would be helpful for the listening audience to hear about.
Well, I worked with Stevie B and Toga when I had a song out called "Give Your Love to Me." That's when I was doing dance music. And
you said your music is kind of a fusion.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I worked with Stevie B and Toga, and it was a great experience. That was kind of like the first song that I ever did in a recording studio. And I've branched on and I host the Oscars through WMQG Radio and EOTM. I host the red carpet on the Oscars and the Stellas. So and this was so great, because when you give me a platform like that, I was asking the celebrities, so what do you think about special needs, and how do you feel if somebody was abused, or I was getting that type of, and a lot of I didn't know a lot of celebrities have special need kids too.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So there's really an audience out there
yes, it is,
that understands and supports your efforts around special needs. I'm certainly glad that you're getting the backing that you need, because it's certainly a worthy cause. I know that how is your wife beyond the tragedies?
She doesn't really talk because with her being the mother, it's hard. Yeah. And she always tell me, I don't understand, and I don't know how you do it. Wow. But when the mother has done her part, it's time for daddy to get up and do something now, and a lot of, and I feel so great because I didn't grow up with my father. And so I feel that God is using me to stop all the things that has been happening with all the men. We need to stand up. Yes. I need to see more men helping me with special needs, especially if you have a special needs child.
Exactly.
Any child.
Wow.
I mean, I need to see more men standing. Every time I go somewhere, it's always women. Okay, where are the men? They know I have a loud mouth. So I'm asking, where are the men that can help me with this? Because these kids are being abused, whether we want to face it or not. Yes. They are being abused. They're being thrown out of wheelchairs. They're being thrown, and they can't tell you.
That's heartbreaking.
Yes, it is.
That's heartbreaking. And you have to trust them with the public. You can't stay with them 24 hours a day. And what handful of people can afford personal or private or whatever, care? And then, sometimes even that they're abused in those situations. Right. So it's really not a matter of money. It's a matter, it's not, because people get abused in all situations. You're saying something very important about the men stepping up. And I would just join you, send out a clarion call for the men as well. We need our men in all walks of life, but especially to support the wives and the children, or the mothers and the children. Yeah.
And I reached out to, I'm sure you know about the guy that just shot his girlfriend and the baby. It was the Lloyd. His last name was Lloyd. But that just happened. So I reached out to the father, who's actually, it was his daughter. Oh, wow. And I encouraged him because I let him know I understand. And so I reached out to him to encourage him because he lost his daughter.
Wow.
And, things like that, I always do things that people won't do. And so, well,
that's why you're Rahn Anthoni. Hey, Ron, you got another song you want us to play?
Yes, if you all have They Can't Talk, But We Can.
Do you have They Can't Talk, But We Can? He's checking it out. And we're going to get ready to take a break, guys. Okay. He does. He sees it. So we will play They Can't Talk, but we can. And I am sure that is in honor of special needs children all over the world. Please stay with us. Listen to the song. We'll be back after the break.
Born unable to crawl, taking my first step. Born unable to pull myself up, achieving my first dream. Born unable to make the sign of a voice, speaking my
so many special kids across the world can't say you're hurting me. Can't you see it in my face? Don't pick me up to throw me down. I wanna talk, but there's no sound. When you hear me cry, don't shut me out. That's my way of saying you're hurting me.
Wanna like I said frequently, police brutality, abusing when using their authority amongst a majority of us minority. Must make opportunity to survive financially in this land they call free.
We can talk, but we can't talk. We've got to fight and stand up for their rights. They can't talk, but we can. We've got to fight and stand up for their rights.
When you see the changes they can make in their lives, you will feel the power from the joy that's inside.
It's time to change in unity, to protect the ones we need, to make them pay for what they've done. The power of authority.
Special needs are being abused all across the land. Let's make a plan, no matter what the circumstance.
They can stand for their rights, the power of the fight. Connect and join in hand, spread the word as we band together. They can't talk,
Can't talk, but we can.
but we can. We can stand up for their rights. They can't talk,
They can't talk, but we can.
stand up for your
We've got
rights.
to fight
And together we will fight.
So let me give you a rundown on life. It's bound to stab you deeper than a knife. You got these kids getting abused by the adults who can't defend themselves and hit with belts. And they can't talk, so you don't know what's going on, but you can look in their eyes and tell something is wrong. The pain, the tears, been abused for many years, and it's not your child, so you don't really care.
There's a lot of great teachers who would take a stand against abuse by another teacher's hand. They will fight for what is right. They will stand against the accused and tell it for the sake of stopping abuse. We can't talk, but we can. They can't talk. We've got to fight and stand up for. They can't talk. They can't talk, but we can. We can't talk. We've got to fight and stand up for.
Take it a second, it was never picture perfect. Now the looks upon our faces will show you how so corrupted the system is. Self-destruction, but I say be scared of nothing. Just fight to be better beings, cause violence ain't the key.
Cameras in the class will stop the abuse. It will protect the teachers from being accused.
Let's fight to change the system that we have will still remain. When a child could be abused, and it seems it's no use.
They can't talk, but we can. We've got to fight and stand up for their rights. They can't talk, but we can. We've got to fight.
Sankofa Media Group is a mass media company that creates socially responsible, informative, and entertaining content that reaches audiences all over the world. Sankofa Media's leading-edge technology and know-how develops winners into who they were created to be. Timely radio and talent like Blog Talk Radios, abiding the tripartite.
God tells us in His Word we can have what we say, but we are always saying what we have. You must believe to the point of expectation, and you shall receive.
And Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner.
I want to talk to the game changers. I want to talk to the ones who the game was changed on, but yet they triumphed. I want to talk to the people who provide a platform for others to change the game for themselves.
Sankofa publishes messages of love, hope, and redemption that connect with us where we need it the most.
The book, What About Me, is a story of the kind of faith and courage that engages the reader to reflect personally and spiritually, especially in these uncertain times of today. It's a great thought-provoking page-turner.
If you're ready to step out of the boat and join the Sankofa Media Group in showcasing your God-given gifts and talents, contact us today at 855-334-7316. That's 855-334-7316.
We're back, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the song. I did. Was that not a great song? All the different voices in there. Rahn Anthoni, all of the artists in there, I should say. He worked with several different artists on that. That was following your open heart surgery.
Yes.
They can't talk, but we can. Tell us a little bit more about it. Of course, it was inspired by your sons. Were both your children boys?
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the song.
Well, the song is, when I was going through that, I just felt that they can't talk, but we can. So I was trying to push everybody to get out and do something and not just stand around and sit back and watch us.
Yes.
Help. Because we need help. And the kids need help. Mm-hmm. So that song is just to let people know when you hear it that if you see someone that has a special needs child, you can just help. Especially because I'm telling you, we all want help but we don't know what to do. Sometimes they don't have Pampers. So what I did, I went and got with this company, and now they send us Pampers, and we just give them to the people.
Oh, wow. I was going to ask, what kind of help do you need when you have a special needs child?
Whoa. You need
everything you can imagine.
Everything. You need, it's so simple as Pampers because as the kids grow, you can't get them. The adult Pampers, it costs so much. You need a sitter, somebody to just come and sit with the child so that the families can enjoy life.
Yes.
Because when you have a special needs child, you can't really do anything because you have to be right there with the child.
And what are the odds of having two special needs children? Is this normal for a couple that has had one? Is it likely that they'll have another? Or what is this whole dynamic that makes you have one or more special needs children?
Well, actually, they say that it's the doctors and all of that. They're saying that if it runs in the family. And so, but I'm saying, since I dealt with Aaron and Elijah, they are a gift because they taught me how to be patient. They taught me how to be kind.
They taught you so much. They have made you like this beautiful angel that you were able to forgive and move on like this and turning all of this around to positive for so many people. Tell us a little bit. Ron was sharing with me on one of the breaks about how important it was for him to forgive the teacher that, ultimately brought this demise to his family's life. Tell us about that forgiveness or how hard it was, or maybe it wasn't for you. Was it easy for you to forgive?
It was. Well, I can tell you this story real quick. When I went to court, I was in court, and so I saw when I walked into the room, and I was just about to go into court to talk. And when I walked into the room, just like I come in this room, she was right there.
Wow.
And right then I just started shaking. And in my mind, I wanted to both of us just run out of the window. And at that point, I realized that okay, so you studying the word and you studying all these positive things and you thinking like that, and you need to get yourself together. And so I started right then and there that I have to forgive.
Yes.
And the only way that I could get things to rolling is I have to forgive, because those teachers is God's children too.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't understand that. And I had to sit my selfish ways down, stop singing, because that was what I was doing, and focus on these kids and focus on loving people in spite of what they do. Not saying that you can get away with it. But, you know, you still have to love.
Decide to
Yes.
love them just like God has decided to love and forgive us.
Right.
That's really powerful, Ron. That's really, really powerful. When that kind of tragedy hits your life and you're able to forgive and move on. What else do you want to share with us today?
I would like to share, you know, I get all of this from my mom. She taught us, you know, growing up, you know, she was a single mom, and she always taught me how to love. You know, you have to be humble. And I didn't even know what the word was.
Yeah.
She was like, and so she started telling me that. So as I grew older, I started learning, not knowing that I really would have to be humble.
You really do.
Right. And I would just like to say to you and everybody in here to hold on. Trials makes you stronger. Hold on.
I love it.
'Cause it won't last long.
Wow.
And I say that because no matter what you go through, you got to hold on.
Wow.
No matter who's coming after you, no matter who's mad at you, no matter if you've been through a lot, you got to hold on, because you make the decision to do whatever you do from within, because it comes from within.
Wow.
And
That's really beautiful.
and I thank you all for allowing me to come on this show.
Oh, it's my sincere pleasure.
Yes.
You know, you can come back just about any time. I just really love your spirit. I love your perseverance. I love that you've taken tragedy and just made something really beautiful and positive out of it for so many other people. What are the special needs numbers? Do we know that? Is it, are they widespread? Is this, how many special needs children you think are among us? Or,
oh my goodness, it's a whole new world. It's so many across the world. It's I mean, the statistics of the abuse too. I mean, it's all over the world. It's in every school. And I just, you know what? I want people, when you go to school or you're around, pay attention. Because now when I see something going on, I'm a snitch, especially when it's a special needs child.
Yes.
If I see something going on, I will tell.
Yes. Yes.
And because I wouldn't want that family to have the open heart surgery, to have the, you know, all that stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've gotten a lot of people to not like me because I'm the way I am, but who cares?
Who cares? When you're doing the right thing,
Thank
when you're
you.
standing up for right, when you're saving someone's life possibly, who cares?
Yes.
If someone doesn't like you, if it weren't for the Rahn Anthonys of the world, a lot would not get done. A lot would not change. Tell the listening audience one more time how they can connect with you, where they can find you.
Okay, that's RahnAnthony.com. And you can also, it's Rahn Anthony, RahnAnthoni on Twitter, Facebook, and also on the music Facebook fan page. Please go there, because I need your help, even if it's just to share something dealing with special needs. And my song is out now. It's on Amazon and iTunes, all the digital outlets. It's Rahn Anthony, and it's I'll Trust You. And they can't talk, but we can.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you, kind sir. You are not a native to Atlanta, but you've been here a long time?
Yes.
All right. You're making a good home for yourself and a good way for yourself and many others, and we certainly appreciate you. Hey, Game Changers. Well, you know what? We're coming to the end of our hour. I certainly hope you have enjoyed the hour. Please join in. Please support Rahn Anthony in any way that you can. He's on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I'm going going to tell you this very unique spelling of his name again. R-A-H-N is Rahn, and last name is Anthony. That's with an I, not a Y. It's A-N-T-H-O-N-I. This man, this wonderful man of God, has suffered great tragedy and lost two, not one, but two special needs children. And not one of them, we are almost certain, he is in litigations now, but one of them, not by natural causes, by someone else's hand, ultimately led to his child's demise and death, to no longer be with he and his wife. So you can understand the pain and the strength, the wherewithal that it has taken for Rahn to dig himself and his family out of this situation and make a difference for himself and others. So please join his cause, support his cause in any way that you can. I know that I do, and I will, and I send nothing but the best wishes to you and your family, Rahn.
Thank you.
Guys, we've come to the end of our hour, and I so thank you for listening this hour. You know what I always say, I will talk to you in 623. That's 6 days and 23 hours. Until then, do your best.
Thank you for listening to Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner. For more details about anything discussed on the program, go online to www.penstar.org. That's PENSTAR.org. And be sure to follow Lisa on social media. On Facebook, look for Lisa M. Faulkner and follow Penstar Lisa on Twitter and Instagram. And join us every week at this same time for Game Changers with Lisa Faulkner right here on Love 860 WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio.